Hey guys, I'm Kim Hartz, and I have decided for my pet photography blog that I'm going to try out a video blog because I thought this might be a little more fun and actually be able to get to show you more things like where I shoot, how to work with dogs, all that fun stuff. So today I want to talk to you about how to educate your client and have them assist you if need be. I know a lot of you out there probably don't have a wrangler, which ideally, if you have a wrangler, that's obviously the best situation, but sometimes it's really hard to find somebody who can work off your schedule, who's available when you need them, and that just works well with you. That's a relationship that takes a long time to develop. So if you're like me, I work by myself. I don't use assistants. I have my owners assist me. And sometimes I hear people say that they're having a really hard time. Their owners are actually hindering the shoots, and it's just, they don't know what to do. So I just kind of wanted to give you the rundown of what I do with my owners to have them assist me to have a very seamless, easy shoot. So first off, you need to make sure that when you meet with your owners during the planning session, that you talk to them about the fact that they are going to be assisting you. Because one of the things you need to do from the very first point of contact to the very end is manage expectations. So you need to let them know that there's not going to be somebody else there to wrangle their dogs, that you're going to have them help you. And be very upfront with what that includes. Like, I'm going to need you to help me get your dogs in place. I'm going to need you to hold this leash if possible. And I'm going to need you to be quiet while I make the noises. That's a big one, because a lot of times people go start making noises when you're trying to take images, and it's distracting, right? It takes away. So make sure you're very upfront about how everything is going to work. I'm going to make the noises. If I need you, I will ask. That's a big one, because sometimes a pet responds best to their owner. And if that's the case, then you need to say, if I need you, I will ask, and I'll tell you exactly what to do, where to stand, what noises to make, what to say. Because if you don't, then they could almost sabotage your shoot by making all these noises and not being in the right place, so the pet is looking in a different direction. So you have to be very upfront, very, very clear on what you need. And then another thing is too, sometimes, like I said, owners can hinder your shoot. So what do, without really killing the sale that's coming, is also to be upfront and just say, you know what? I think that your pet is more focused on you right now, and it's a little distracting for them. So I think what we can do is maybe if you can just go step in the back for a few minutes. I know I can get this shot. I just don't want them to keep looking at you because they're so attached, they're so in love with you, whatever you want to say, but just nicely be like, I need you to go in the back, because sometimes that's the only way you can get the image. So being upfront and really managing those expectations, telling this to your client before the photography session, because they'll know what's to come. Like, I even tell my clients, if you're going to be in any of the images, I recommend we do those first, because once we start going into the ones of just your pets and you'll be handling, you might get a little sweaty. So if you're not going to be the images, I might suggest wearing workout clothes because it'll be more comfortable. That's what I shoot in, and I tell them that as well, because I'm up and down and on the floor and all over the place. So as long as they know what to expect, be very clear. Don't assume they know what to do by any means. So if you want them to stand in a certain place, you need to say, I need you to stand right here. I need you to do this. I need you to, back away or stand, a foot outside of where I'm shooting, or, be very, very specific. And then another thing is if they're using a leash. So if you have to use a leash in studio or on location, very important that you tell your owners how to hold it. So this is a show lead, and I use these in studio a lot. And so I have to educate my owners on how to hold it so that it's easier to retouch out later. And this could be for on location. If you use one of these, you can literally just kind of flip it through the collar like this onto their actual collar. Or in studio, it's a little martingale, so you just put it around the dog's neck, and then you just tighten this, because you want this to be tight. That is a really big key, is that this be tight, and then you don't want your owner to just kind of lay it on the chair or whatever, or on the grass, because this, if it's like this, is a retouching nightmare. So you want to be very clear. So you put it around the dog's neck, and then I want you to hold it tight like this, outside the frame, And we don't want it going, if we've got a backdrop that's got a lot of detail or something, you don't want it going straight in an area that's going to be tough to retouch out. So you need to be very specific about where you want them to hold this. So you put it around their neck, you say, okay, I want you to hold it tight. I mean, obviously you don't want to choke the dog, but tight enough that it's a straight line that you can retouch out later. And that's one of the big ones you need to educate your client on. And I would do this before you start taking images during the shoot. So you don't have to do it at the planning session because they'll probably forget between the planning session to the photography session. But I would definitely remind them how to use this, because it will make a huge difference in the amount of time you spend retouching your images later. So these are really great. I love to use these in studio because they are very easy to retouch out. They do come in multiple colors. I mentioned it in my last blog post, and I think there's a link in there actually to where you can buy these on Amazon. And they come in different colors, so pick a color that matches the pets fur the best. But definitely educate your client and work with them on how they can assist you. And never, with any client, you never want to get frustrated. You just need to be very clear. So if you're not giving them clear instructions, they probably aren't going to be doing what you need them to do, because even though you know exactly what you need them to do, they don't. They're not the expert. This is not what they do. That's why they're coming to you, obviously. So just make sure you're very clear about what you need from them as an assistant. And I guarantee you, your shoot will go very smoothly. And then you just keep reminding them, move here, stand here, hold your dog here, can you reposition here? And it will definitely make for a seamless photo shoot. And if you have any questions about any of this or how to, speak to your owners, please leave me a comment and I will get back to you. But this is definitely a topic that I know a lot of people have issues with, especially if you don't have a wrangler. I know that I would love to have a wrangler, but my schedule is so all over the place. I mean, I have little kids, I have carpool, and I have all my mom duties, but I still do this full time. But I schedule my sessions when it's convenient for me, and it's very hard for me to work off someone else's schedule. That's why I don't work with an assistant, and I never have. I've been doing this for 8 years now, and I've never worked with an assistant because unless you develop that relationship, it's really hard to work with someone you've never worked with before and have them know what you want, which is the same thing with your owners. That's why you have to be very clear and upfront before you get to the session, so that they know the best way that they can help you so that you can get those images. And you also know with pet photography, you have to work pretty fast. So you need to make sure that when they get that pet in position, that you are ready, that you will make your noise and take your image, because your owner's gonna get worn out too. So just keep all these things in mind, and I hope this has helped you, and try it with your owners and let me know how it goes. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll have a new topic for you in a couple weeks.